What's up, my friend? Welcome back to another video, and today we are taking a look at a new library from Teletone Audio called Vespertone. So big thanks to Teletone Audio for sending me a copy of this library to take a look at with you guys. We'll do a first look here, take a look at the patches, and then we'll do a giveaway at the very end, which is always fun. And I think this library is super cool because it works with the free Contact player. That's always a big plus, so you don't have to pay for the full version of Contact. And it actually includes 4 percussion libraries. So we have the Wurlitzer and the Rhodes, which are 2 electric pianos of sorts. Then we have the Vibraphone and the Celeste, which are some traditional percussion instruments as well. And then not only do you get those raw sounds, but you actually get sound design capabilities as well. So there's 3 different unique parameters here you can basically tweak to your own liking: body, soul, and spirit, which we'll take a look at in just a second. And then they give us some microphone positions and some other of the classic Teletone audio knobs that we get in a lot of their other libraries. So there's a little bit more detail here on the sales page. And by the way, if this is after the giveaway is already ended and you do want to purchase this library, you can actually get a 10% discount using my link in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you want to pick up this library for a slight discount as a subscriber of my channel. Big thanks again to Teletone Audio for that. So let's kind of dive in. I've pulled up basically the 4 patches, so you can see right away when you load in the library, you get these 4 patches: the Celeste, Rhodes, Vibraphone, and Wurlitzer. But if you go into the designed patches, they basically give you presets that they've already tweaked around with that you can play around with. So I basically pulled in one from the Vespertone Celeste, it's the Disintegration patch, and I've also pulled in one from the Rhodes, which is the City of Wonder. And then you can also go into the designed patches, the transfigured patches, which take this a step further, and then they have some of these you can play around with as well. Really, really cool for, atmospheric purposes or pads or arpeggiators, whatever you want to do there as well. So let's kind of dive in. For me, the focus of a lot of my music is the actual raw sounds of an instrument. So for me, if they don't sample the raw instrument well, if there's not a lot of detail in the sound, if it doesn't feel balanced, then I'm less inclined to be excited about the library, honestly. But thankfully, Teletone Audio did a great job sampling these 4 instruments. And let me play them for you so you get a sense of what it sounds like, okay? So here we go. This is the Celeste. And then after we play through the raw sound, we'll kind of twist some of the parameters so you can see what they kind of sound like. So here we go. So there we go. That's the basic Celeste, and you can hear at its most basic, the Celeste has a gorgeous, clear, intimate sound, which is really beautiful for maybe those productions where you want a very minimal type of arrangement, right? More of a sparse arrangement featuring a Celeste, maybe some piano, maybe some atmospheric pads in the background, but something that allows the Celeste to really shine through because I think it really deserves it. So that's just a look at the Celeste, and we kind of tweaked around with the body, soul, and spirit knobs, as well as triggering the nostalgia and the wow knobs as well. And the age kind of does some detuning there and wavering back and forth, which is really cool. Let's move on to the Rhodes, and we'll also have a listen to some of these microphone positions as well. So we have the close, the ribbon, and the rune. Let me just turn those almost all the way to the bottom so we can hear what they kind of sound like, or what the close sounds like on its own. Here we go. Okay, nice sound there. Let's pull up the ribbon. Let's bring in the room. Okay, and let's go back to the default mic positions that they give us here. So, or the default positioning of these positions. Okay, so here we go. He basically engages the close and the ribbon by default, and then the room is kind of brought down halfway. So let's have a listen to this Rhodes. Beautiful. So a lot of reverb in there. There's some delay in there, saturation, all the effects that you could really want. And if you want to dive super deep into this, definitely check out the official walkthrough video on Teletone Audio's channel. He kind of goes through a little deeper on those different parameters and exactly what kind of effects are included in there. I'm just kind of noodling around here because I kind of want to explore these raw sounds with you. And then just for fun, we're kind of turning up some of these knobs, right? So yeah, let's check out the Vibraphone next. So here we go. Okay, and finally we have the Wurlitzer. That's the last one of these raw patches. Yeah, so I'm not kidding when I'm saying that the sounds by default sound amazing. I just really enjoy this. And then for me, the sound design is kind of the icing on the cake, the bonus on top, the cherry on top. So now let's take a look at the design patches. We have the one of the patches from Vespertone Celeste here, and this is called Disintegration. So they basically, I think, taken the raw patch, tweaked some of the parameters to something that sounds awesome, and then basically treated that as one of the patches. Now, you can see here on the very right, we have the arpeggiator that's been engaged. And by default, I think it's set on 16th, if I'm not mistaken, but you can always slow it down to 8ths, to 4ths, to 32nd notes. And the way the arpeggiator works is when you play the notes in order. So if you're like ascending the notes in order, if you're playing a broken chord C, E, G, and then you're playing that in ascending order, the arpeggiator will also ascend in that order, and it will descend if you vice versa if you play descending. So let me just quickly. Let's turn on the H knob here. Okay. So this is really interesting. It feels like, because I'm playing an E minor chord on the keyboard here, but it's actually playing out an augmented fourth lower. It's playing a B flat minor chord, which is really interesting. I think this was, done on purpose because the other pitches replicated the correct pitches, right? The other patches replicated the right pitches. So this is super interesting here. And then you can hear the arpeggiator. Let's kind of play it on the way up. So now you can hear more of the ascending motion, right? And of course, you can tweak the parameters as you hold down the notes there. Let's check out City of Wonder here. Okay, so now we get the stereo spread. And let's see. We can get rid of it altogether, the vibration there. Or we can speed it up here. The depth of it is quite wide. So yeah. Let's turn up the spirit here. So now it's a lot more ethereal, right? And so, yeah, these three knobs can definitely do a whole lot in combination or even just on their own. And then in the design patches, again, we're going to take a look at the transfigured ones. Let's hear Ultramarine, and let's also hear Zeros. So here's Ultramarine. This is without any arpeggiator. Okay, and finally Zeros. So obviously the actual tempo itself is synced to your DAW. And so, yeah, of course you can go through and change up the rate of this arpeggiator here. But again, just the fact that we have so many knobs here without it feeling overwhelming is a testament to good GUI design and Teletone Audio kind of understanding the audience's needs, honestly. So Yeah, overall, I really enjoy this library. It's definitely not a workhorse library of sorts. Like you wouldn't use, actually, you might want to use some of these raw patches just for their, default sounds out of the box. But if you really want the sound design element, you want to create those pads, you want to create those atmospheric moments in your cues, using these sound design patches can certainly help. And then triggering the body, soul, spirit knobs as, to your liking, maybe experimenting with some of these design patches and then transfigured patches will really just spark your creativity if you are interested in sound design, but you want that sound source to be super clean to give you that flexibility of choosing between that sound itself or mangling and transfiguring it to whatever you decide for your own music. So hopefully you kind of enjoyed this library. I think it's a lot of fun. And speaking of which, let's kind of get into the giveaway. So as usual, let's get into the 3 rules to be entered for this giveaway. Number 1, make sure you fill out the form below, enter your details there, and then you'll be automatically entered into the system to potentially win a copy of this library. Just so you know, this will also sign you up to my email list, which allows me to send you free content on composing and orchestrations to really help you with your music every single week. Lots of valuable information on there that I also don't share to the public as well. So, it's like a 2-in-1 really. Filling out your information below will not only sign you up to the giveaway, but it'll also sign you up to exclusive content on my email list as well. Number 2, just leave a comment below this video and let me know what you would use this library for. Let me know maybe which patch from this library is actually your favorite that you've heard so far from maybe the 4 default patches out of the box that we heard. Which instrument is your favorite that you've heard? And let me know that as well. And then third and finally, just leave a like on this video. Always helps. Thank you so much. It really is appreciated and it really helps out the channel when you do that as well. So just follow those 3 rules and you'll be entered. All right. Thank you again to Teletone Audio. Thank you to you for watching and for entering the giveaway. I'll see you on the other side. And I will be emailing out everyone who entered to inform them of the winners. As you know, I don't announce the winners publicly. I only email out the winners. So that's why it's important you enter your information in the link below so you're entered into the system. I'll see you then and take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.